Francis Ngannou is a massive name in the UFC world. He has had some amazing fights and is probably one of the best UFC fighters. Or, well, he seems to think so at least. Sadly, he is set to be released from UFC and lose the heavyweight title. Ngannou couldn't agree to a new deal, so now he has to vacate his title. So you're probably wondering how he can ask for $30 million for a fight if he isn't in the UFC anymore. Well, he wants to take on a $30 million boxing fight. But before we get into that, we should first talk about his abrupt departure from UFC. The last time the Predator defended his title was against Cyril Gane back in January 2022, but he tore his knee ligaments. This made a lot of fans anxious thinking about Ngannou's UFC future, but many were certain that the Cameroon star would return to the octagon to take on undefeated star Jon Jones, if and only if he could agree to a fresh deal with the promotion. This didn't happen, and on Sunday, the 5th of March, Gane went against Jones. Jones was the winner of the bout after only 2 minutes and 4 seconds. He had a first-round submission on Gane and ultimately walked away with the W. Did you know that Ngannou was actually offered a big money deal but turned it down? Well, that is what Dana White said. He said that they made him an offer that would have made him the highest-paid heavyweight fighter in UFC history, more than Lesnar, more than everybody, but he turned the deal down. Now, Francis can do what he wants and go wherever he wants, especially since it's kinda clear he doesn't want to take too many big risks. Ngannou weighs 300 pounds. He just had knee surgery and hasn't really had a training camp. So we understand if he doesn't want to take those massive leaps of faith. Dana also agrees that he isn't getting younger and his knee problems can be a serious issue in the future. So the best way for Ngannou to continue doing what he loves without further injuring his knee is to go out there and start boxing.
Focusing on quad strength. He's gaining his range of motion really well. He's able to bike, everything like that. So now we're working on glutes and hamstrings just to get him nice and strong, and then focus on balance and proprioception. He's able to start now biking and start increasing that time so we gain strength and everything like that.
But this UFC star is looking for a massive payday as he walks away from the UFC. $30 million to be exact. He has opened the door to a series of boxing fights, but the man wants 30 million buckaroos for any appearance. According to his MMA manager, that is. This isn't the first time that Ngannou has made it clear that he wants to fight in the boxing ring. He wants to go against big names like Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. His decision to leave the UFC isn't entirely about not wanting to fight in the UFC against those types of athletes. The opportunity to earn a massive paycheck is what clearly draws him to this sport, and lucrative paydays are common for high-profile boxing matches. Ngannou has previously complained about the financial award fighters receive at the UFC. Recently, we saw leaked messages online from a close friend and MMA manager for Ngannou, Ali Abdelaziz, and it appears that he has revealed what Ngannou's price is to lace up the gloves. One boxer promoter posted a screenshot of the messages online in which Abdelaziz claimed that it would take $30 million for Ngannou to step into the ring. This leaked message comes after said promoter offered Ngannou an offer. Allegedly, it was a $3 million guaranteed payout to step in and fight under the Hardcore Fighting Championship banner. Any offer will open up a lot of doors that might set Ngannou up for a potential fight. A number of fights could be on the table for the Predator, most notably one against Anthony Joshua and Wilder. The Cameroon even openly agreed to a mixed rules fight against heavyweight star Tyson Fury. However, a potential date hasn't yet been discussed. Given his rival's quest for the undisputed titles against Alexander Usyk, former UFC champ Henry Cejudo believes that Ngannou can top his $30 million payout, and he should go for $40 million.
And I do believe within the next couple years, he could beat a guy like Francis Ngannou. He's the biggest threat because of his wrestling base, which is extremely.
You believe he could go into that heavyweight division right now and end up beating champion Francis
Ngannou would hurt him. And I've been there before. When I first fought Demetrius Johnson,
If Fury is named as his first task, that is. But what do you think? Is Ngannou worth 30 million smackers? And would you like to see him in the boxing ring against big names like Wilder and Fury? But most importantly, would you like to see a mixed rules fight between the Predator and the Gypsy King? The terms of this proposed mixed rules fight were actually set out by Fury himself. Now, Ngannou has wanted to fight Fury for a while now. While he was in the UFC, he even campaigned for a fight against the Furious One. Hell, I'd also want to go against Fury if he made fun of my manhood. After Fury successfully made a second defense of his heavyweight crown against his rival White at Wembley Stadium, Ngannou entered the ring to continue his pursuit of a boxing match. Both of them were interviewed in the ring, and Fury jokingly said, "He is a good-looking lad. Have you got a big Corey?" For those who don't speak the Fury, you're in the same boat as Ngannou. Francis asked, "What?" And Fury then explained his joke. The explanation came in the form of looking down at Ngannou's shorts, and Francis didn't even seem a bit amused. It must have been a cold night at Wembley or something. So it's understandable that Ngannou still wants the fight, even if Fury is getting closer and closer to retiring. Fury renewed his offer for the boxing clash and tweeted these rules: 4-ounce gloves, Mike Tyson is the ref, Queensberry rules, what else? Ngannou has previously said that he doesn't mind fighting with normal boxing rules, but he would love to see the two use MMA gloves and not in a ring, but in a cage. Yeah, the rules were tweeted out, but the chances of seeing a fight anytime soon are quite slim, especially since Fury is going against Usyk, and then he has to defend his title against both Joe Joyce and Daniel Dubois. This is if he wins in their expected showdown in April. Ngannou and Fury's constant talks about a fight has got us super excited, and we can't wait to see the two in the ring, or a cage. Ngannou also plans to set an arrangement before Fury's fight in April. He believes that this will give him some extra time to prepare for the boxing fight. The two have been talking about this fight for the last 2 years, and he believes that a timeline sometime in June or July is doable. Ngannou knows it is too early to make a conclusion, but he is eager to step into the ring with Fury. He also feels that fans are talking more about this fight than the Joshua fight, although the Joshua fight is still a massive fight.
The Klitschko fight was amazing, but that must have taken your confidence as a boxer to
I'll be happy, but if he wants to fight, he has to use this as well and kind of navigate his way through life, because boxing on the outside of the ring is a business, and my basics and try and redeem myself. That's just how it goes in the sport. Everyone is like 2-time heavyweight champion of the world.
Francis feels that both of the fights are of an equal magnitude, but the fight against Fury is the way to go. But what is your opinion? Should Ngannou keep pushing for a fight against Fury? And is this fight really worth $30 million? Or hell, $40 million? Let us know what you think after you've smashed that sub button. As Fury said, big Corys come from subbing to the channel. And we'll catch you in another video.